Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I'm in my home office today. We're doing a lot of things today to try to get ready. Um, we're leaving soon. We're going. I think Andrew talked a little bit about it, but we're heading down to a bead show to pick up some good stuff, hopefully, in North Carolina, and then we're heading to Tennessee. Andrew's got an art opening there that he has a piece in, and we're going to, or a few pieces in, and we're going to go hopefully make it to the art opening, the gallery opening there. So we have a lot going on. We've been at home most of today, did some errands earlier, been home most of today working on some things and kind of packing and getting ready. We weren't sure when we were going to leave. I think we're going to leave very late tonight. We've arranged house sitters and cat sitters and all that. And we are heading out hopefully sometime tonight. We'll see, maybe tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But how are you all out there? How's everything going? Hello, Suzanne. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Brooke from Detroit. Thank you for joining us today. I'm getting used to this. I found out you can switch the camera. So now this side is actually this side and this side is this side for me. So it seems strange. So I'm getting used to how that is. It makes me look like I'm looking off to the side when I'm really not. But hello, Barbara. Hello, Teresa. Thank you all for joining in today. We decided to have a Let's Chat Day because we have a lot going on. We're just working on a lot of different things here and trying to spend a little bit of time. Oh, Gilbert's going to come up and see me. You want to say hi, Gilbert? Say hi to everybody, by the way. So we're spending a little bit of time with our fur babies since we're going to be away from them for a little bit. And we just had a bunch of company, family, and friends in town all last week. And so they haven't gotten as much loving because they were, well, Gilbert especially does not like company. He's a little bit afraid of a company. So, buddy. So we didn't see much of Gilbert for the past week or so. He's been hiding under beds and furniture and other things. So he's leaving now. He doesn't like being talked about. He says, "Don't tell everybody I'm afraid of things." He's a tough boy, but he didn't get as much love. So we're just spending some time with them before we go. And there's so much going on. So much going on. Big news, we got the inspector went to look at our new building today. So we're awaiting the finalized report from that. It sounds like things are okay, but we are awaiting that report. They're going to email us the report, I think, later today. So that's big news for anybody following our new store that we're starting in Johnstown in Moxham. We're purchasing a building. We have an angel investors who have helped us make this purchase for the building. We do have a fundraiser going on right now. If you haven't seen that, we have a fundraiser going on to help start the store. It's one thing to get the building, which is a big thing. That's huge. And we know that, but it's also a big thing to start a new store. And, this store is not going to be a bead store. So it's going to be something different. It's going to be finished jewelry mostly. And it's going to take a little bit to get everything up and running. I think Andrew shared he's mostly going to be running this store and in charge of this store while I take care of Allegory Gallery. There will, of course, be some crossover and things like that. But we are definitely working toward it, and he's going to be running a lot of it, keeping it going. So he's expecting to be open maybe in September, maybe not till October, November, depending on if we can get this fundraiser, hyped up and going. If you can't donate, please share the fundraiser for us. If you believe in our mission, this is going to be something, everything we do has a a community aspect to it. When we started Allegory Gallery, community was huge to us. That's why we started with classes. That's why we started a book club. That's why we started our Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group on Facebook. We wanted the community both near and far to be able to join in this. And so coming up on this new store, we've spent, 11 or 12 years. I guess it's going to be 11 full years soon. We've spent a lot of time at Allegory Gallery helping people make things and teaching people how to make things. And we've got a number of people out there who do make things. And, we've helped foster that. We've helped create businesses. We've sat down with people and helped them file for their fictitious names in Pennsylvania, or sales tax licenses, and help them walk them through the process of starting their business. And we know a lot of people who have their own business now and they make jewelry. And we're hoping that we can continue fostering that community aspect by having jewelry made from people in the new shop. Now that's something that we're going to be working on down the road as we get things moving and going on. But we do want to, we want to share, that community aspect with all of you out there. We want to, help foster that this is a place where, you can learn to make things with us, and then hopefully possibly down the road you can sell things with us. And it's all, it's going to be curated. I'm not going to say that we can just have everybody. I wish we could sell everybody's stuff, but we can't. There has to be, with everything we do, we curate it. The beads we bring into Allegory Gallery, for example, we touch almost all of them first to make sure that they're up to quality and make sure that they're, the look and the feel and the things that we would use to make things. And so there will be a curated aspect also, of course, because the store is probably going to be a lot like a gallery. We're going to have a lot of things online. We're probably going to do a lot of sales mostly online in the beginning. But I think it's going to be a wonderful example of we're hoping it's going to be a wonderful example of what you can do with handmade jewelry and artisan jewelry. So yeah, we got our inspection done today. It sounds like everything is good. We haven't seen the inspection report yet. We'll be getting that here in the email sometime today, probably, or tomorrow. How are you all doing out there? I know there's a lot of some rain around the country. Let's see. Suzanne says it flooded again today, but we are okay. Good. Glad. Susie, hello. Norma, hello. Robin, hello. Marianne says, hey, William, I'm grateful for my pendant, and the rest of the box is awesome too. Oh, good. I'm glad. I saw that you got that. That's awesome that you got that. The pendant that Andrew made. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we never know. I'm glad you posted, because we've been waiting, and it's like, where no one's mentioning that they won the pendant. So I'm glad that you got it. It just took a little bit longer to get you up in Canada there. Let's see. Suzanne says, hello, Gilbert. Glad to hear you're okay, says Brooke. Suzanne says, we got 4 inches, not like St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis is pretty wild, I guess. Some of our friends there have been having a hard time. Oh, hello, Sandra. Good to see you here. Marianne says, so exciting. Good. I'm glad you like it. Can't wait to see what you do with it. If you do anything with a pendant, I know you can keep it just as an art piece on its own, probably. But if you do something with it, we can't wait to see what you do. Hello, Donna. Thank you for tuning in. So today, if you don't know what we're doing, you're like, what's going on? What's a Let's Chat? We're broadcasting this in the TGBE group, in our Facebook page, and in our YouTube channel. And a Let's Chat day is just that. We just hang out with you and chat. We're not here to show you anything. We'll tell you about what's going on with us, maybe talk about some things, but we're not going to show you any new products or anything like that today. We, as I've been talking about for the first part of this entire thing, we're about community, and we want to hang out with our community and just hang out with you and talk. Sometimes these go for like 30 minutes, sometimes they go for 2 hours. Who knows? It just depends how much we have to talk about. Can't be too long today because I've got things to do. I should say we've got things to do. Andrew is heading over to Star Cottage Studio right now. He has a meeting. So it's easier sometimes if we do meetings in two different places. We don't have a lot of room in our house set up for things like this. Like I do this one here in my office here, which is, if I turn the camera around, you would see how messy my office is, which is why I'm facing this wall right now with my window, which I like my window. You can't see much, it's all blurry, but um, I need to clean my office, but that's not going to happen until we get back from our trip. So just gonna have to deal with it, right? I walked in here, I'm like, my office feels so small today because it's so packed with stuff. We were moving a lot of things around when we had company in last week, so we moved a lot of stuff around, and it really doesn't have a lot of stuff that doesn't belong in here. It just got moved around a lot, so because we thought we were going to have to put a bed in here, and so we were concerned about that and trying to move things, and then we realized we didn't have to, and so I we have stuff in here. I have to move some things around and make room. And yeah, yeah. So let's see. Donna says, just got finished with a tedious bracelet and one of the inspiration kits I ordered. Lots of sari silk and wire wrapping into flat memory wire. That's interesting. Did you post that yet? Post it in the design group. Cindy says, sorry, we rearranged everything for you. Yeah, no, it's this up here was pretty much, there's not really a lot in here that doesn't belong. There are some things though, like we have the laser where we cut our wooden pendants and things in my office. And we wanted it in my office originally. I wanted it here so that I would have close access to it and it would be easy to do things. Now that we have the cottage, I can't wait for that to go over to the cottage because it takes up a very large section of my room. So I would like it to be out of here so that I have more room to do things and fill the room with things that I like. You know, Andrew was talking a little bit about this, and I think, was it on his live? He was talking about having, yesterday on his live, if you missed that, about having a space that you feel comfortable in, right? You want to surround yourself with things that make you feel creative, that make you feel, safe, that make you feel like you. So the laser is not one of those things. It's a useful tool, but I am ready to have it out of my office so that I can open that space up and have more things in here that I want to have in here, and surround myself with things that I want to be surrounded by. I also have 2 desks in my room, which moving the laser out will create more room. I may take one of those desks over to the cottage so that I have a desk over there that I can get ready and set things up. I have a space over there that's reserved for me, but we got to do some work on it. So who knows when that'll happen, especially with the new store and building that we're starting. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this office got a little bit rearranged, but it's not too bad actually. There's just a few things as I'm looking that need to be out of here. But we did clear out all of Andrew's studio for Cynthia and Azalea and Kristen when they were here. We got Andrew's old studio in the house cleared out, and we got a little guest bedroom set up, which I think is really cute. I was like, I'm gonna sleep in here tonight. I was like that last night. It feels like a good calming space. Our bedroom after everything is a whirlwind right now, so I almost slept in the other room last night because I was like, this is very calming in here. I could just go to sleep. So, and my kittens are chasing each other. Gilbert and Barnaby are at it. So yeah, we got that done, and I've always wanted to have a guest bedroom in that room, or at least somewhere in the house, because it makes it easier, much easier when people come to stay. So I'm glad that that's kind of done. We still have to do some things in there. We kind of slapdashed it together, but we're gonna, kind of make it a little bit nicer and a little bit better as time goes on, add some art to the walls and things like that. But for now, it's there and it works. And I think it's fairly comfortable. It seems like it is for me. But yeah, so we did that. So that was good. Suzanne says we just got rid of our guest bedroom. See that? Sometimes you have to, right? when we have a lot of times when we have people visiting, friends, family, even teachers visiting, they'll stay with us, and we've done like inflatable mattresses and nice ones, but that's what it is. But it's nice to be able to give people a room. And since I have my own office here, I'm lucky enough to have that in. And we have 3 bedrooms in our house. One is my office, one is our bedroom, and one used to be Andrew's old studio. So now we have a guest bedroom. So that's good. Um, we're lucky enough to be able to have that and to have the cottage, which took away all of Andrew's things. Very lucky to have that. Let's see, who else is out there? What's everybody saying? Saunders says, what trip? We are heading to North Carolina soon. We're working on, there's a show down there. I'm sure we're going to do some things with Cynthia and the gang down there. We're not going to be there long, though. I think we're leaving possibly late tonight. We're going to drive through the night and show up in the morning. That's, I think, what we're planning right now. But I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen. So we're going to see. But I think that's the plan. We've arranged the house sitter and the cat food people to make sure they know that may be happening. So that's good. And then we're heading to Tennessee. Tennessee, Andrew has an art opening. One or two of his metal pieces is in an art exhibit happening down there. So since the bead show is down in North Carolina, we figured it would be an easy, quick trip to jump over to Tennessee. It's about 3 hours away. So we're going to be able to make that opening, which is really great. And then we might also have time in Kentucky, I believe, since we're down there. One of our friends from the Small Business Champions in SCORE has a restaurant down there, and we want to possibly visit that too. So we might get to do that. We'll see. So that's what's happening. But we have to be back by Sunday. So this is like visiting 3 states in 3 days. So there's not going to be a lot of time for rest, unfortunately. I think we're going to be driving down to North Carolina tonight. We'll show up in the morning. That'll be Thursday. We'll go to the show on Thursday, and we'll have Friday as kind of a day, I think, with family down there. And then Saturday, we have to head over to Tennessee and possibly Kentucky. And then Saturday night, after the opening, the art opening, we're going to be driving back. So sometime I got to get sleep in between there so that we can drive all night again. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick. Donna says, haven't posted yet, just took the pictures. That check glass button with the fishes on it is the centerpiece. Nice. I love that button. I love that button. Donna, I love the fish button. Can't wait to see your bracelet, says Norma. I will post it as soon as the live is over. It was teased to get that button to lay a certain way, but I fixed it. Good. Yeah, the buttons are hard to get to lay a certain way, right? Donna says, one of my guest bedrooms is now my studio. That's nice. See, everyone's going the other way, right? Everyone's turning bedrooms into studios. We're turning studios into bedrooms. But it was really important, I think, for us. It's been a long time. We've never really had a guest bedroom. And we don't have a lot of people that come stay with us, especially with COVID and everything. But when we have teachers in town, and oftentimes we allow them, we ask them to stay with us, or, it saves everybody a little bit of money. And we cook together and eat together and just hang out together. And it's really nice to get to know the teachers we bring into town a little bit better too. And sometimes we do a podcast or something like that with them. So it's really fun. So we were lucky and happy to get the spare bedroom going. Kind of having that family visit kind of pushed us into that. So that was good. Oops. Let's see. We had lots of rain last night, says Susie, about 3 inches, but a long day today with the neighborhood, with a company using a hydrovac to refurbish the drain pipe into the intercoastal waterway at the end of the block. So loud. I can't even imagine. I don't even know what that means, but sounds like a loud thing. Hello, Harry. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Donna says that'll be so much fun. I think so. Sounds like a fun trip. Enjoy. I was just in North Carolina. I know. We're gonna just be missing each other down there. So I let's see, what else? What else do I have to talk about? We're working on getting my ceramic studio, my pottery studio, um, in Star Cottage Studio. It's something that I'm hoping to get set up soon. We'll see. I want to start making things. I think I'm starting to get that feeling that I want to do it. So need to get it going. My thing is I've never taken, this is going to be kind of jumping in, blindfolded a little bit because I've never done pottery from start to finish. Like I took a class, and this class is what made me decide I wanted to do all this. But in this class, everything was done, like we made the stuff, but all the kiln work and all that was never shown. It was done behind the scenes after we left. Um, so for me, that's going to be the big thing is, trying to figure all that out. And I've been reading and watching YouTube videos a lot, but I think I just need to jump in and play around and see what happens. So I need to get some clay. Supposedly we have clay somewhere, Andrew says. I just need to rehydrate it probably a little bit. But I need to get some clay, and I need to get some, glazes and things. And I'm going to start making some stuff, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be like. Hopefully I like it as much as I did before. And I'm really interested in getting to see what goes on. We have a few small kilns that we have that Andrew's had, that I'll probably be using to make small things to begin with. And if I do actually like it, if I seem like I want to do it and keep doing it, then I'll probably get myself a larger kiln. And having a larger kiln also means we'll have to bring the electrician in again and get some 220 volt stuff happening, I guess. Because I think most larger kilns are 220, not 110. So that will be something that we'll have to look into and see what that takes. But I have all my old pottery that I made sitting next to me, and it's calling to me. It's starting to call to me more and more. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. We finally took the pottery wheel out of the box. It's been sitting there since like December. I know. I was waiting for it. I was all hyped up when I got it. Like, where is it? Why isn't it coming? It's taking weeks because it was on back order for weeks. And then we finally got it. And then I was like, okay. Now it sits in a box for 7 months. But we finally got it out of the box, and it's sitting by the door now. It's just very heavy. I got a Brent Model C. For any of you out there who know anything about pottery, maybe you know that. It's a Brent Model C, and it's a black version of it. So it's supposed to be a good one. It's recommended oftentimes for class work, for people who are going to be doing a lot of things. It holds a lot of weight, I guess, in case I want to do gigantic things or work my way up to doing gigantic things. Yeah, I'm excited. It's just heavy. We got to get it over to the cottage. And hopefully I'll be able to start working on some pottery and stuff soon. So that hopefully will be fun. Hopefully you all want to buy some pottery, because I don't know what's going to happen. I start making things. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. But I want to make little things. Like some of you have seen these before that I made. I want to do little things like this, and these little vases like this. And I made some little things like this, little shot glass like things, or little vases, whatever you want to call them. I did this one. I like this one a lot. It's kind of a little top heavy, but I kind of really like it. And then this little guy right here. So that's the kind of thing that I think I want to do. Andrew made this little floral project that he did on one of his demo days, to turn these into like little bouquets like that. So he used one of my vases to put them in like that. So that's what I want to start making, little small things. I like small things. I like the small dishes and things that you can put your rings in and things like that. I did some larger ones too when I was practicing, like this, some larger stuff, and this one with a little lip on it. So I'm going to be working on that. I kind of like this one too. I left some of the glaze off on that one. I waxed the sides so the glaze didn't touch. It's just a different thing. I was just playing around. So I'm going to be doing more stuff, I think, soon. I want to get going with it because if I don't get going soon, I'm just never going to do it, right? Donna says, I love those. I have a soft spot for pottery. Me too. I love stuff like that. And you know, the funny thing is, I guess it's not really funny, but my my grandmother, my dad's mom, used to do pottery. And, you know, for a long time growing up, she didn't do it. As I was getting older, she didn't do it. She used to teach it though, and she would teach people how to do things. And she had a big kiln. And I guess the kiln is still in our family, which is something I need to look into. I think it's in a shed somewhere. My uncle, I think, has it in his shed at his house, and we don't know if it still works or not. But my grandmother used to do it. She used to teach people and have people come into her basement, and she had a whole setup. She had tables, and she had I think the slip cast things, and I don't know what everything was. I don't remember it all now. I remember painting and glazing as a kid, and then she would fire them for us. But it kind of slipped my mind. And as I was starting to look into pottery and stuff, I was reminded that she did that. And it's kind of odd because, you know, I was pretty close to my grandmother on my dad's side, but growing up. And then as I got older, I kind of got more distant from things as things happened in the family. And I was always close with my mom's parents and my grandparents on that side. And I wish now I would have done more with my grandmother or talked to her more about her ceramics and the things that she did, because I'm sure she was a wealth of knowledge, having taught it and done stuff. But just as kids growing up is a fun thing to do. For a while when I was really young, as I stretch back my memory, I do remember going down into her studio and in the basement, and it was all set up, and she had tables set up, and she had all these pieces lining the walls. She had shelves all over the walls, and she had all these ceramic pieces, and she had some of them done that you could pick them and just paint them, you know, like ready-made, ready to glaze or paint. And we used to do that as kids, and it was a lot of fun. So I think it's really interesting that it kind of runs in our family, and now I'm kind of being pulled to it, and I feel pulled to it. So I kind of can't wait, but I gotta, you know, I'm one of those people. I love to start something, but I'm also, you know, I know we put most of our money back into the store, and now we're starting another store. So I feel guilty pulling money out to buy supplies, knowing that I'm probably going to mess up a lot at the beginning. But that's the way things are when you're learning something new, right? You have to be bad at something first to get good at it, generally. So I always feel guilty spending money on things like that, but when money should be just going back into the store. But I think it's gotten to the point I've waited like 7 months. I have to start doing something where I bought a relatively expensive anyway turntable or pottery table, pottery wheel for nothing. So I have to get going. Teresa says, love small ceramics. Thank you. Sandra says, love them. Thank you so much. Harry says, looks like you are having fun. I did have fun. That was all like months and months and months ago, but I'm waiting to have more fun. Hey, there's Barnaby. Hello, Barn. You gonna say hi to everybody? Come on. You gonna say hi or not? What are you doing? He's gonna kiss the camera for you all. The back of the camera. There it goes. That's a camera kiss right there. Norma says, my parents did pottery a little as a hobby when my dad retired. My dad got pretty good except for heavy bottoms. He did some great glazes. It's great having their pieces now that they are gone. Yeah, like all of my pieces have very heavy bottoms. Not all of them, a lot of them. Because I didn't trim a lot of them. I just tried to make them on the wheel, and then I didn't do a lot of trimming to them once they dried. I didn't want to mess with that too much because it was a little bit much for me to get into that. So that's one thing I do need to work on as I start again, is making sure the bottoms aren't too heavy. because some of these are thick. They are, at least the cats won't tip them over. that's that's what I say. I make heavy bottoms so that your cats won't tip them over in your house. But yeah, um, that's one thing I definitely have to work on. Sandra says, I just purchased several pieces from pottery in North Carolina. They have some nice ones down there. In Asheville, there's some nice ones too, I know. Every time I go, I just want to buy it all. I love mugs and cups and vases. I don't buy a lot of bowls and stuff like that, but I have a soft spot for different mugs and coffee mugs and cups and things like that. And we have a lot. We do have a lot, but we use them, right? They get used. They don't just sit around. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, my thing jumped. Sorry, I gotta go back. Donna says, I have a friend that makes pottery and her pieces are so whimsical. I have several of her pieces and I even have a paintbrush rest. Nice. That's nice. I'm trying to think of what kind of things I want to do. I want to do small things. I probably want to do some mugs because I do love mugs, even if they're just for me and no one else ever wants them. I like the idea that you can make yourself something like that, right? And you need a mug, you just make one for yourself. Amanda says, I took pottery in Japan. My favorite part was grabbing dead grasses and plants to wrap around the pieces and make different finishes in the kilns. Yeah. I know Harry out there, he does raku. I'm looking forward to trying some stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see what I get into. I'm one of those people that I like to, I'm not a big risk taker or adventure maker. So we'll see. I'll probably stick to what I know for a while. Andrew has a way of pulling me out and says, oh, let's try this. So maybe we'll see if I get into some raku and things like that. But of course, I'm probably going to make little vessels. I'll probably make some kind of beads or something like that as we get into things. Why not? I have a bead store, right? We have a bead store. So why not make some beads and make some things. So you may see some jewelry pieces coming from me once I get going. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be fun. Marion says, sometimes imperfect things are more fun. I agree. I agree. I think as a maker, you always want to try to make things perfectly. But I know as a buyer and as an admirer of art, I oftentimes like the imperfect things more. I do. Everyone's saying hello to Barnaby. He didn't get his face on camera. He ran away too quick. Sandra says, you have to enjoy what you're doing in life. It can't be all business. That's true. That's definitely true. It's hard when you have your own business because, you make it or break it on your own. Andrew and I are together at least, and that helps. But the things we do, if we don't make it, we break it, right? So it's hard to talk yourself into not doing work all the time, but there has to be, I think, space for creativity and space for yourself. And hopefully, I'll get good enough and I'll be able to sell some pottery. I hope. That's the goal. I mean, the goal is to learn how to do it and to have fun doing it. That's what I want to do. But if I can sell things along the way as well, that's good too. Hello, Susan. Thank you for tuning in. Marianne, good idea. I just knocked a greenware piece my mother glazed and broke it. That's sad. That's always sad when something like that happens, especially something you've had for a while or something that means a lot to you. So yeah, that's why I like the heavy bottoms. I'm like, this isn't so bad. It's hard to knock them over. Let's see here. Oh, I have a lot of pottery mugs, says Donna, right? Harry says, I'm working on a second chess set right now. I have one that is dogs versus cats. That's awesome. I can't wait to see that. I didn't know you did that. That would be cool. I'd love to see that. I love chess. I don't play. I used to play when I was younger. I try and play my family, but not many people in my family played or wanted to play a lot. And I have to admit, especially back then, I don't know about so much anymore, but especially back then, I was a very sore loser. So people who I would lose to often stopped playing with me, I think, because I was such a bad loser. I'd like to think I've grown a little bit as I've gotten older, but I can't guarantee that I've grown that much. I'm kind of a sore loser. But I do love the idea of chess, and I love chess sets. I still have it somewhere. It's a carved stone chess set, but a lot of pieces over time have broken. I used to have it up and displayed in my bedroom growing up, and cats would knock it over, or I'd knock things over and pieces would break. But I still have the set somewhere. I think it's downstairs. Let's see here. Robin says, my brother made me an ugly mask thing in high school art class. It's hung above my stove for the last 30 years as my kitchen guardian. My mom hates it. That's funny. That's funny. She says, but I love it, right? Let's see here. Debbie says, love pottery. I have a kiln. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to love making pottery. The only kilns we have right now are small because the only thing we've ever done, Andrew has done some porcelain before. He's done his porcelain pendants and things, and he's made little porcelain vessels. But other than that, we mostly just do jewelry, PMC work, and small things. So we only have small kilns. So for now, I'm going to start out small, making small things, small vessels, maybe some beads. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I think I like the idea of vases and mugs, and I could probably do like one mug at a time in our kilns, maybe two. So maybe I'll do some mugs. We'll see. But I'm going to want to play around and try a little bit of everything. And I like the idea. I think one of the reasons I like pottery, or the idea of it, is that for the most part, until you get to a certain point, all of your materials are kind of, you can recoup them. The clay, you can re-energize it, and you can reuse it if something doesn't go right. So I feel less bad about wasting materials when you can continually reuse those materials, for the most part anyway. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So we have little kilns, mostly little bead glass kilns, but they'll be good for pottery. And if I need to get a bigger kiln, if I get into stuff and I really, really like it, and maybe if I'm starting to sell some stuff, I'll get myself a kiln. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, you'll see from us a kiln fundraiser. First, we need to get the building, the new store going. Amanda says, my first pieces were heavy. Over time, you'll get better at trimming. Yeah, I didn't even try to trim these, to be 100% honest, because I would rather have a finished piece that looked okay and might have a heavy bottom than trim too far and cut through the bottom, because that's what I was worried about. I was worried because I was just beginning. It was very hard for me to sense how thick the clay was, so I didn't want to trim to the point where I actually busted through the bottom or made a hole. So I just left the bottoms as they were. But yeah, I think that's one of those things. You just have to practice, and having my own will and my own time to do it, I think I could be able to get pretty good at it, hopefully. I enjoyed working with the clay, and I think when you enjoy something, you can get better at it quicker than you would if you hate something, right? Harry says, the things you just showed would sell. People love handmade. Thank you. I hope so. I hope people will like them. I hope people will want them. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe you'll see pottery from me coming out soon. Susan says, for those who are interested, we are fine. We are fine. Horrendous rain yesterday. Some flooding in the basement, maybe 3 inches. It's gone. The basement is drying out. We had 11.25 inches of rain in under 8 hours. I saw your post. I'm glad you're okay out there. It's been wild, crazy around. It's been crazy around there. Susan said, would love to see your pottery. Thank you. Amanda says, you would sell lots in your stores. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know if the new store will get into pottery or anything, or if we'll mix it in, or what happens. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I hope so. I hope maybe we can sell stuff. Harry says, mine is made from antique German dolls with animal heads. I love when you do that. That's really cool. That's really cool. You can make bead bowls for your store. Yep. I am sure a lot of my, if I do decide to sell, or my my first projects, I'm sure a lot of my firsts and, kind of not quite good enough to sell things will be bead bowls. Since if you've seen the tour of our store, any of our store tours, we have a lot of bowls that we put beads in. Susie says, I love pottery and like the idea of making it, but I hate cutting my fingernails. Yeah, I get it. You got to have shorter fingernails, right? I tend to have mine long sometimes, a little bit longer anyway. So that is going to be one thing I need to get used to, is having shorter nails, or you cut into the clay. Let's see. Robin says, I would buy a mug. Thank you. Thank you. Marion says 3 inches of rain is more than enough, but glad it's already gone. We didn't get, I don't think we got any rain today. I don't know. It's raining all over the place, not here. We need some rain. The plants need some rain. The grass needs some rain. Everything needs some rain. So, but it's not good to have that much rain in that much time, right? It's not good. So what else is everyone doing out there? I've talked about me a lot today. This is not supposed to be just about me. What are y'all doing? But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here. My current coffee mug says Cat Mom. Nice. Yeah, so we are planning our trip the end of this week for this weekend, kind of the end of week and weekend. Andrew has a meeting. He might be doing it right now. I don't know if he's left the house yet. And we're planning that. We're trying to get my pottery studio set up, maybe. I got to order some stuff. I got to go talk to our neighbors. Main exhibit gallery is where we took the class for our pottery. And I need to talk to them because they can order in the stuff that we need, so I can get that. And that's about it. That's about it. Amanda went swimming in the river today. That's nice. That's nice. Suzanne says, I recycled some sweatshirts today. What'd you do with them? Oh, upcycled. Upcycled. What'd you do with them? What'd you do with them? Oh, Harry says, I pulled 20 pendants from the bisque kiln today. Tomorrow I can glaze and fire some. See, that's something I need to read about, bisque firing. And I've done a little bit of watching YouTube videos about it, but I definitely got to get used to all this talk and the new terminology. And that's one of the fun things I think about learning something new, right? Is all the new terminology and the things you learn. Let's see here. We were reassuring my mother-in-law that we are okay, so I missed the first part of live. Have to watch the replay. We're just chatting today. Yeah, just talking about some stuff that's going on. Oh, let's see here. Oops, what's going on? Okay, what are we doing? My comments keep jumping. Marion says we had a heat warning this morning, but I think it won't be maintained, and still nothing like some of you have experienced. It's actually pretty nice here today. We're at 79 was the high today, and I was really surprised because it's been hot lately, and it was nice today. We actually had the window open in the kitchen instead of the air conditioner running, and it felt cool enough. The humidity must be low because it felt cool enough to not have to have all the air conditioners running all day today. So I'm sorry you're having a heat warning, but I was glad for some like 79-degree weather. So weird to say. So weird to say. Suzanne says, sewed some applique on them. Nice. Nice. I haven't seen any pictures of that. Did you post pictures? Amanda says, I am in Canada and can see USA on the other side of the river. That's cool. It's only 82, says Marianne. Yeah, we've had days much hotter than that, but being 79 with low humidity is actually pretty nice now. I've been getting used to this 90-degree weather. I don't like hot weather. I sweat like crazy. Usually I'm drenched through my shirts, but I'm getting used to it. We've been taking our cats outside a little bit more often, trying to give them time out, and especially when Babette was sick. So I just got used to being out in the heat a little bit more because I usually avoid daytime in the summer because I burn. Look at me. I burn very quickly, so I don't go out in it much. But I've been trying to do a little bit more, just get used to the heat, which means winter will probably be cold for me because I'm finally getting used to this warmer weather. Harry says, I put 3 bicycles out for others to take and 2 have gone. I quit riding a few years ago, making more room in the basement for ceramic workspace. Nice. That's awesome. I've been thinking about getting a bicycle. I think it would be a good way to get around town. But sometimes people drive a little crazy around here. I think that's normal everywhere. But sometimes it gets a little wild. So I kind of am not sure I want to get a bicycle. But I think it would be a good way to run some errands and do some things on some nicer weather days, you know? And so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how strict they are about not riding your bike on the sidewalk here. I know some people do it. You're not supposed to do it. But I don't know. I don't know. Donna says today was running errands day, 2 different grocery stores, and my local produce stand. Nice. Suzanne is not posed. Suzanne. Suzanne or Suzanne? Because Andrew said we've been pronouncing it wrong, and I didn't realize that. So Suzanne, I guess. Am I right? Let me know if I'm right. Not yet. Did not post pictures. I want to see those applique. Susie says, I'm teaching myself fluid acrylic painting. It's a lot more difficult than I thought. My brother was kind enough to buy some of my first paintings, even though it's awful, right? You got to have those friends and family that buy things even when you think they're not great, right? Because that helps you keep going. It helps you give, every one of you saying nice things about my pottery, which I know is just beginner stuff, really helps. And so it's good to have those people out there that are willing to support you no matter what, right? Even when you think your stuff isn't good. And you know what? No matter, I think, how good you get, like Andrew, I think is very good at making things. And he still has things that he's just like, this is no good. And I'm like, this is nice. This could be sold. So it's good to have those people out there who are willing to support you for that. Let's see here. Susan says, last Saturday, the high temperature was 105 with humidity. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, I answered to both, but prefer the softer A. Suzanne. Okay, good. I will try to remember that in my head. Because, if I were just looking at that name, your name, I would naturally pronounce it Suzanne. Because that's the way I like to pronounce things too. But because I know we pronounce things mostly Suzanne, that's just what I default to. But I always like Sandra's name here. If Sandra's still watching, some people say Sandra. I say Sandra because it sounds better to me. And so that's yeah. Suzanne, I'll try and remember that. Okay. What else is going on with all of you out there? Yes, so Suzanne says, Susie, post some pictures. Post the pictures of your work. I want to see it too. The Design Challenge group is for jewelry making mostly, but we love to see when you all make other things too. So you can always post stuff. If you're being creative, post some stuff in there. Let us see it. Harry listed a small 8-ounce cup today. It has a deep red glaze with an applied crescent moon face in yellow. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've been trying to block the trolls. Some people are not, some people are. I don't know. I try and give people a chance. Like if somebody jumps in and says something crazy, I usually try to give them a chance to be like, okay, this is not where I do that. And if they keep doing it, then I boot them out. I don't know. I like to give people, not everyone's, I like to give people a chance. Maybe I'm too nice, right? Maybe I'm too nice. At least the trolls are just odd today, right? Nothing bad, just a little bit odd. But they're not sticking to the conversation here, so gotta kick them out. Yeah, so what else is happening? I'm trying to think what else. It's been a blur today. Today has been a blur. I did sleep in today, which was so nice. after days and days of having company, which I love. I mean, I love when our friends and family stay. I have no problem with that. I don't like the frantic house cleaning up to that point, but I do like having people over sometimes. And you know, with Babette having just passed recently, it really helped to have people in. And now we're going on a trip, work trip, but still a trip. Um, and so it's kind of, you know, it has not set in really. And I keep thinking about that, how, you know, it's not really set in yet because we haven't had a normal routine yet. So I do like having friends and family in, and it's been good, but it has been a wild blur of a few weeks. The past few weeks have just been a blur. And I kind of can't wait to get back from this trip. I know as soon as we get back, we're going to have to deal with working with the closing of the building and all that we're working on. But as long as the inspection is really good, but I can't wait to come back to a normal schedule, because for like weeks I've not really slept in much, or, you know, I like my sleep. I'm one of those people that sleep a lot. I like to have 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I don't usually get that. I did last night, so that was good. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a blur. Things have been blurry lately. Rhonda says we've had a challenging day. Before dawn, our 2 dogs got skunked and got the skunk. So we've been dealing with all the aftermath. That's the thing about having dogs, right? My aunt often deals with that. She has dogs. She has about 90 acres of property, and most of it is wooded. And if she lets her dogs out in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, she never knows. If she smells a skunk, you know, you can't let them out because they will attack it. So, yeah, I feel for you because I know what that's like. I know what that's like through my aunt. So I hope you're able to get rid of the smell. I know people say a lot of different things, tomato juice, or spaghetti sauce and things like that. I guess that works a little bit. The acidity, I think, helps take it out, but it's hard. And that smell is hard to get rid of. It really is. I think it's an oil though, right? It's an oil based, and that's why it's so hard. So it's the acidity in the tomato. Or, you know, if you get it like Dawn dish detergent, I think is supposed to help. It's just like poison ivy. If you get poison ivy on you, the reason it spreads is because it's an oil, and the oil you have to actually neutralize and break up the oil to be able to get rid of the itch. And I think it's the same with the skunk. I think it's oil based. So using things that cut oil, degreasers and things like that, I think help even more, if I remember correctly. After 40 some years, this is the first time we've had to deal with this. The bright spot of my day was when my AG package came. Oh, good. That's good if you've only had to deal with this the first time in 40 years. That's really good. But still, it doesn't feel like a good thing now, I'm sure. Suzanne says, my AG package came yesterday. They do make days better. Thank you. I'm glad things are going out. Everybody's getting things. Susie said, I think I read somewhere that ketchup helps get rid of the smell. Ketchup, yeah, tomato. I think it's the acidity. I think that's why, because the acidity helps break up the oil. Amanda says, we have 2 skunks under the deck, but I think the coyotes got one or both. The coyotes came by 2 nights in a row. They'll get rid of them too, yeah. Rhonda says, we use peroxide baking soda and Dawn and then bathe them. Seems to have helped. Good. Yeah, use the stuff that breaks up grease and oil. Because I think if you look it up, I think skunk spray is oil based, and that's why it's so hard to get rid of, because that oil sticks to everything and transfers easily. Terry says, when I was working in a Jewish resort and was emptying garbage on a Friday night, I got sprayed. Not good. Not good at all. I don't mind the smell of skunk, actually. Like, I'm one of those people, like, it doesn't bother me that much. But, you know, when you're passing it on the road, if one was hit or something, I feel bad for them. But the smell doesn't bother me that much. But up close, and if you have to deal with the smell over an extended period of time, it starts to get a little, you know, nauseating. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for tuning in. Rhonda says, yes, it is oil-based. Yeah, got to break up that oil. Got to break up that oil. Robin says, I love the smell of skunk and puppy breath. Right? The smell's okay at a distance. Yeah, it's not like I don't mind the smell. It kind of smells like rubber to me. Like if you're close to it, it smells like if you like, burned rubber on your tires. Like it smells like rubber to me in the end. That's the kind of smell it has for me. But so it doesn't bother me that much. But if you get it on you and you're with it for a prolonged period of time and you're constantly smelling it, that's when it starts to get quite annoying. Quite annoying. So, what else is going on with everyone out there? What else is going on? What's happening? Anything? Anything? I hear our church bells, so that means it's 6 o'clock. It means we've been going live for about an hour now. And I don't have much to talk about because I have stuff to get ready for, and I think I have to go mow some grass. Since it's not terribly, terribly hot today, 80 degrees, I think I have to mow some grass. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned. I think we're going to have some things popping up over the next few days. We want to do some things with our family when we're down in North Carolina and all that. So please do be sure that you sign up to our Facebook page, hit the like, hit the follow, turn notifications on. If you're on YouTube here, please turn on notifications and subscribe. We're going to be doing a little bit of stuff, I think, and so we might pop on here and there at weird times just to hang out and make things or do things or show you things. Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know. I hope we can get more done. We're going to go to a bead show. Hopefully, maybe we can show you some there if we have reception. I don't know if there will be reception there or not. But maybe we'll show you some stuff there. If you're looking for something, send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com. If there's something you're looking for while we're at the bead show, we can look for stuff for you. As Andrew said, prices are going up now. So do expect prices to be a little bit higher here in the future. It's just the way things are. I know it's horrible. We're going to try our best to always keep things low as we always do and try and get the best deals for you all. But just know going forward, probably things are going to be more expensive, at least for a while. I don't know if things will ever go back down. You would hope that after the pandemic, if we ever get to an after the pandemic period, but you would hope that things would start to catch up again. But, once people raise prices, they're very reluctant to lower them, even if they could. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to keep our prices as low as we can for you out there. But we will try and show you, as Rhonda says, glimpses of our trip. We do want to show those, and hopefully we'll be able to, as I stumble over my own tongue. And hopefully we'll see you all here at random times. So do be sure, please turn on notifications for Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe to us, follow us, hit that share button, let people know we exist. And we have a lot more coming for you in the future. We have a lot of plans, and we talk about a lot of things, but there's a lot of things we don't talk about too. And so please do stay tuned. We hope that we'll be starting our second store, which will not be a bead store. As we said, it'll probably be a hand, artisan-made, handcrafted, high-end jewelry store. And a lot of it will be an online presence, and we'll have our new store and building, which will be a showroom and a gallery space and, of course, a store. So I can't wait to show you what's going to happen there. We have a lot of things we're talking about and a lot of things on the burners right now. So I think that's going to be exciting. So we'll be releasing information about all that fairly soon, probably. So we'll catch you all to like the new store and make sure you follow us there too. But it's happening. Things are happening, everyone. So we thank you all so much for your support always. We can't wait to show you what's ahead, and we can't wait to see from you what you do too. All of you are making progress. Um, it's one of those things that, as we've gotten to know you and as we've grown as a community, and as time goes on, it's wonderful to see how much progress you all make. For those of you who post in the design challenge group often, I remember a lot of, years ago, and a lot of you were still posting, and I love seeing the progress that you all make. Just as I hope that you all like the progress that we make and like seeing the progress we make with the store. And sometimes I feel like we stall out a little bit. These past few years have been difficult. So for Allegory Gallery, I feel like we've hit a little bit of a roadblock in some ways, that we haven't been able to have. We're just got our classes back up and running finally, but we haven't been able to have our book club. We haven't been able to do a lot of things that we've wanted to do. And here we are starting another store. So we have plans for both stores. We have plans, a lot of things in mind, and we're not stopping here. We're not just people who are happy with good enough. So we do have a lot more coming for you when we can do it, and as we can do it, with your help and support, we'll do it a lot faster. But we'll get to it all at some point, right? At least as much as we can. But if you can donate to our fundraiser for the new store, that would certainly help. You can see that fundraiser on my personal page, Andrew's personal page. I think we posted it on Allegory Gallery's page at some point. But if you're ever looking for the link, or you need the link, feel free to email us, and we can send you the link too if you can't find it. We're happy for all the help that you can give. And like I said, we have a lot of plans, and we want to do a lot with all of you out there and for all of you out there. So, Allegory Gallery, just because we're starting another store doesn't mean Allegory Gallery is slowing down, or that we plan to deal with good enough right now. We have more in plan for both stores. And those of you who are followers of us at Allegory Gallery, don't worry. We don't plan on going anywhere. And even with this other store, like I said, Andrew's going to be taking the reins mostly of the new store coming up. I'm still going to be at Allegory Gallery, still doing as much as I do, if not more. And we still plan on making everything a go. So I know sometimes when people talk about a new thing happening, I've watched it before. I've watched, I had a boss who started a second business, and that second business almost ruined his first one, the moneymaker, the one that, you know, that got him to where he was. And the second business never really took off. And so I know the fear when people say they're starting another business or doing another thing, that people who like the first thing, all of you out there who like us at Allegory Gallery, are worried about, what could happen to Allegory Gallery. But we don't plan on anything happening to Allegory Gallery. We plan on having two great businesses that, do wonderful things in the community, hopefully continue to, and expand on that. And we're hoping that this second store not only helps us, but helps the community that we're going into. The place that we're going into is trying to, revitalize itself. It's trying to come back from a hard time. And we picked this area partially because of that. It's a beautiful building. That's one thing. But the area that it's in, it needs some help. And we're suckers for trying to help. So, we're hoping that our store can help revitalize and be a part of that revitalization of the town. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today. So thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions for us at Allegory Gallery or need anything, please email us at info@allegorygallery.com. I have been a little bit behind on correspondences that way because of having friends and family in. So, and we're going on a trip now. So, but hopefully over time here over this weekend, I'll be able to answer any emails that we have waiting, and doing our best to get things out to you all. We are working hard at getting all the packages out. We had a lot over TGBE, and it'll take a little bit of time, but we're catching up, and I think we're pretty good. So I really can't complain. I think it's our helpers are doing a lot of help for us, and we're getting a lot of things done. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last hour. It's been fun just to sit and chat with you all. And I hope you're all doing well. And like I said, if you need anything from us, send us that email there, info@allegorygallery.com. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Now, again, we're going to be away for the next few days, so our lives may be up and down, whether we're on at 5 or not. We're going to try, but it may not happen. So we'll try and give you extra content here and there as we can at different periods in time. So just know that for the next few days, we may be a little bit off our schedule. All right. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.